Okay. Solder it on there. And what we're going to want to do is connect this one to here. To the only open end left. Okay. Make sure you got a nice connection on there. Wiggle it. Make sure it stays. You don't want it coming off. Or even a loose connection, because that could cause sparking, especially in drawing high amperage from the battery packs. In this case, it's going to be going for a brushless setup, so you don't want to, if we wanted, we could glue that together right there, so it's a nice connector like that. But you don't want them sparking when you're drawing high amps, because that'll cause it to heat up. That could lead to a fire, any sorts like that. Now what we got to do is some heat shrink. We can unplug the soldering iron now. So we're done with that. What also is a good idea is to check over these lines once before you actually put the heat shrink on. And so what we want to see here was lay it out. Here's the one that's going to be going to the rest of the system, and here's the two battery hookups. We're going to want to see if there's a positive wire coming here out of the original battery and a negative coming here. That would mean that we want this coming out, which should be the positive. It's going to go through here and eventually come out a negative. The negative we're going to want to go over and meet up with a positive on the other end. That way it's acting like just like another cell in the actual battery pack. So it's going to go over and it's going to go through the whole circuit, come through and come out a negative like normal, and then come out as a negative on the actual connector. So everything looks good here. And we're going to go ahead and heat shrink this. If we can get this heat shrink over the wire. Almost got it. Okay. Got this one. We'll get the other one too, so we can do that one at the same time. And you want to get them as flush with the actual connector as you can. Sometimes you can't, and you can't really help that, other than if you wanted to resolder and try it a few different times, then you could. Otherwise you can just deal with it. So right now I'm using matches. I would normally use a lighter, but I don't have any lighters right now. Okay, so I'm going to light the match. And then your goal is just to heat it up until it shrinks. That's an alright version. Okay, so that turned out alright. Now we gotta do the other connectors as well. Once again, I'm going to do 2 at a time. That one turned out a lot better. I guess the solders are probably a little bit smaller, so we could actually get it over it. Then our last one, what we're going to do, same exact thing. Put them over the best we can. Okay, that's what it looks like before. I'm going to actually heat shrink it. We're going to light this. Just move it over the fire. Okay. And here's what we have in the end. We have a connector that you can hook up 2 different battery packs for it, so you don't have to worry about your charger not being able to handle 1 battery pack. Say you wanted, in this case I'm running 2 6 cells off of this connector. My charger can only do up to 8 cell packs. So that works out good, so I can just disconnect each pack and then charge them up individually, hook them up to here, and it'll come out as 14.4 volts. 7.2 volts per pack. That's for a 6 cell pack. And so in the end it'll come out as 14.4 volts to what I am trying to power. And that's through the female DINS connector, which is standard for the battery. Male connectors are standard for the actual receiving end. And that concludes the lesson on how to solder DINS and make a 2 battery into 1 connector. This is Pat for the All Battery forums. Check it out, all-battery.com. Sell lots of batteries and batteries accessories. And this is actually where I picked up these DIN plugs. And you can get wire too, or even pre-soldered wire. I also believe they do sell a connector just like this. I just happen to know how to solder and wanted to make an instructional video for those of you that want to do it yourself but are confused. So check them out, all-battery.com, Tenergy Corporation, and you'll have good luck with them.